Alright, boys and girls, this is to help you with everything we're going to learn in this chapter. This is going to pertain to mean, median, mode, and range. So chapter 5 is all about these things. We've been going over average, and that's what I kind of want to talk about right now. And we'll go over the other ones later on in the chapter. But mean, or average, is the sum of the numbers divided by the total amount of numbers we have. Now that can be a little confusing. So I want to show you how it works. So there's two main steps when finding average. The first one is to add all of the numbers you're given together. So say we have a set of numbers like this, 3 and 3, 3, 6, 7 and 7, and 13. What we can do is add all these numbers together to get a total of 42. Then our second step is to take our total, which is 42, and divide it by the amount of numbers that we have, which is going to be 7. We have 7 numbers here. So we take our total, divide it by 7, we get an answer of 6. So the average number here in this set of numbers would be 6. We use these in a whole bunch of different things. Something like, your grades for a quarter, or a baseball player's batting average, or an average of shots taken per game in a basketball game. Average is used in a whole bunch of different ways. What I want you to do now is I'm going to give you a bunch of numbers, and I want you to try and do this on your own. This is a nice way to practice if maybe you're watching this video for the first time and you want to make sure you know how to do it, or if you're watching this video for a second or third time and just want to make sure you have it set on how to do averaging. So here's your set of numbers. Pause the video now and see what you can do. Okay, hopefully you paused the video and you're back. You can see here we have 5 numbers, 2, 6, 5, 3, and 4. I'm going to add them all up. I'm going to get a total of 20. To find the average, the second step is to take our total and divide it by the 5 numbers. Well, 20 divided by 5 would give us an average of 4. Hopefully you did this correct. If not, it's perfectly fine. We're going to be doing a lot more of these in class. So there's something that we need to do, and that's finding a missing number from an average. This happens when you're given an average and given a set of numbers that equal that average, but one is missing. So let's say I give you an average of 150. So I give you these sets of numbers, 130, 178, 90, and 160. Let's make up a random word problem. So a random word problem in this situation would be that you need an average of 150, a score of 150 to get on the bowling team. And in your first game, you scored 130. And on your second game, you scored 178. Your third game, you scored 90. And your fourth game, you scored 160. What would you need to get an average of 150? So what do you need to bowl in that fifth game to get an average of 150? So we kind of look at the same things we were looking at before. Total and average. We want to get a total. So the easiest way to do this is to take your average and multiply it 5 times. We do this because we know that we need to play 5 games. And we could take our average and multiply it by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, to get a grand total of 750. That means, overall, to get an average of 150, you need an overall total of 750. Now, let's see how many points you have in those 4 games. So we add them up, we get 558. Now this is going to be a little bit easier to see. That means in your 4 games, you have 558 points. To get an average of 150, you're going to need 750 points. So to see what you need for this last game, you find the difference. And difference means to subtract. So you take 750, which is the overall amount of points you need, and subtract it by 550, which is the amount of points you have. That will give you 192. That means for the problem that I gave you, the word problem we were using here, you would need to bowl 192. You'd have to have a score of 192 to get an average of 150. I know this is a lot and it's very difficult concepts. Rewatch this video if you're struggling a little bit. Use this as a study material. For median, mode, and range, I'm going to be doing another video as we go over them in the next couple days. Hopefully this helps, guys.